Hey everyone. For those who don't know me, my name is Kira. I am the founder and owner of Kinda Creative. This video is going to be a little bit different than some of the Transformation Tuesday videos and other videos I've been posting lately. This is really a video on transparency and honesty. I floated back and forth for about a month on what to talk about, when to talk about it, how to talk about it. And I realized that if I were talking to anybody else that was having the same conversation in their head, I would just be like, talk. So I just want to put it out there about how hard it is to truly show up every day and try to live the life that you want to live. The reason I think it's so important to talk about this is because I spend so much time working with people, helping them feel motivated, empowered, and excited about the changes that they want to make in their lives. And I think it's sometimes really easy to assume that people on the other side of it don't have those same issues. They don't waver in their confidence or struggle with the motivation or sense of empowerment to do the things that they want to do. But I struggle just like you all. Many of you know that I live with generalized anxiety disorder, and I have some pretty significant trauma in my background that has affected my brain in the way that I process things, right? I'm always going to process things through the lens of anxiety and catastrophic thinking. I also know that some of what my brain has, I choose to say, gifted me with through my disorder is that I have really unrealistic expectations of the world and particularly of myself in it. And so starting this business has been one of the most tumultuous yet magnificent, glorious, and empowering journeys that I've ever been on. I couldn't be happier running my own business. Well, that's a lie. I probably could in some instances, but it would be very superficially happy. And I think I'm still in the very early stages of this business, so I don't totally know. But at the same time, running a business is really difficult. And particularly running a business as a one person, a one woman operation, and a one woman operation that was established in the Midwest and just picked up and moved to the West Coast. It's been a whirlwind of confidence shattering experiences. So I moved to Portland in June, and the city, the people, everything about being here is so right. I feel excited about the opportunities that I have. I feel empowered to keep putting myself out there in different ways, but it's hard. I went from feeling like I had this amazing momentum to a standstill. And my business is built on connection, on really, truly uncovering and helping cultivate people's authentic lives, right? Helping build courage and push people in the direction they want to go to. And then coming here with really virtually no connections to anybody, it was difficult to figure out how to even start to lay the groundwork to do what I was doing and to feel like I'm going to make headway in this business and in this place. And I think it started to come to a crashing halt in December. I was going to, I mean, countless art shows. I just feel like the sometimes oversaturation is great in the sense that there's always opportunity, but it's really about picking the right opportunities. And I had 10 weeks in a row where every weekend I had an art show. And I would go from making, no joke, like $7 for an entire day to hundreds of dollars to 1,000 or plus dollars. But the hit or miss mentality of all of it was really wearing on me. I was also not really making a lot of headway with speaking events, feeling like I was really even making connections with people to start coaching, start doing some of the work I wanted to do. I'm in a job as a therapist that I feel like I love and I spend a lot of time doing, but I was feeling that same pressure I had started to feel in Madison, where I felt like I was running on a tank of emptiness. And I was at one of the art shows that I got into. For those of you in the Portland area, I was at the Portland Night Market, and it was opening night. And I was maybe there for about 10 minutes once the time slot like opened and people were coming in, and I started feeling myself get a panic attack. I was feeling like I just wanted to cry. I felt overwhelmed. I could not silence the voices in my head that I was never going to make it, that this business was going to tank, that I made shit art, that I don't know why I'm putting myself out there. Nobody's going to fucking want my coloring book. I'm never going to make it as a coach, that all of this is pointless. And I was so far beyond any rational thinking that I couldn't come back. And typically I don't talk to anybody about this, which all in all, yes, I understand that's stupid. I have since been working on this a lot, of actually allowing myself to get the help and support that I need, because that's not really fair or even at all realistic for me to keep doing what I do without also getting that same support to help me refill my cup. But I reached out to my sister-in-law and talked to her about all of this. I shared everything I was thinking and feeling, and she basically said that everything about who I am empowers her. She told me that I am her. Basically, she asks herself every day, what would Kira do whenever she feels herself getting stuck? And it was this weird sort of confliction of like, my brain's telling me that I am a worthless piece of shit and this business is going to tank. But this person I respect and admire is telling me that I am the person that they look up to ask themselves how to handle situations or respond to things, to feel empowered to be the person they want to be. And it was just, I think, something I had to sit with for a while. It's really hard being on this side of a business platform, being a therapist, being a coach, especially doing things virtually, like through videos on YouTube, through webinars, through my coloring book. You don't get feedback on a regular basis. People aren't coming in to tell you how much they love everything that you're doing. It's not like when they check in and write a Yelp review about how great you are. It's something that is very fleeting to hear. And so I think I had spent too much time in my head and started to lose sight of the why behind what I was doing. And in the past month or so, I've been doing a lot of reflection, and I came across an old interview that was with Marie Forleo, who has an amazing podcast. If you haven't checked her out, you definitely should. She's one of the first life coaches that was really like took off in the US, and just a very awesome woman. But she was working with or interviewing Elizabeth Gilbert, who is a huge, I want to say mentor, even though I don't really know her, but she is a role model to me, we'll say that. She talked about writing and her love for writing and how much she was making those changes in her life to really embrace her writing and let her writing be at the forefront of who she is and what she does. And one of the things she talks about in this interview is if you love something enough, you have to be willing to eat the shit sandwiches that go along with doing the thing you love to do. And I've said this before, many of you have actually probably heard me talk about this in different events, but I forgot about it until the moment that I think maybe I needed it most. And it was this reminder of the shit sandwiches that we have, right? All of the things that go along with doing the things that we feel passionate about. And it was a reminder that the reason this feels so hard for me is because it feels so personal. I am not only just running a business, I'm running a business that is 100% representational of me. It's my speaking, my content, my book, my art, all of that. And then I sit right there where people are looking at it. And that's nerve-wracking. And I was getting to that point where I was putting all of my value into how others were responding, how many likes I was getting, how much money I was making. And I had to reset and think about what is the why behind what I'm doing, and what are the shit sandwiches that I have to be willing to eat that go along with making these decisions. So being an entrepreneur, as much as everybody seems to be doing it nowadays, is not fucking easy. It is not easy to run a business, and a business like mine where everything is based on social capital and me being able to offer a service, and a service that people want to pay for over somebody else's. It is really, really difficult to feel confident when people will avoid coming into your art table, where people will leave a talk that you're giving, where people watch 3 seconds of your YouTube video and then stop, and all you are bombarded with is messages about how to be better, how to actually be successful when it comes to this stuff. So I think where I'm at right now is just reminding myself and focusing very slowly on my why. Why am I doing what I'm doing? What do I get from this? Does it bring me the joy that I'm striving for? Does it feel authentically me? Am I willing to do this if I never sell anything that is going to allow me to really live my life off of this work? And sometimes I hate it, but the answer is yes. I love this stuff so much. Like, just putting out there information that can help empower people to be the person they want to be brings me so much joy and fulfillment. It's worth every rejection. It's worth every stupid fucking email with statistics on how to make my YouTube content better or how to have a better setup, and thinking through all of that stuff and just moving forward to do what I want to do. But I just want to also take a moment to point out just how much I get in my own way. And the reason I want to share some of this is because I also think that this happens for a lot of you. We all have confidence issues, right? They waver over and over and over again. We feel better or worse or whatever it is about ourselves. And when I was talking to my mom about this, she's like, Kira, are you kidding me? You just moved in June. At this point now, I've been here 7 months. And she's like, you finished writing and you self-published a book and you've distributed almost 100 copies already in just a month's worth of time. You quadrupled the amount of art shows that you did in 2018 versus the last 4 years. You did more in 2018 than 4 years of art shows combined. You made connections with people and have started making headway in places that you never thought you were going to be able to make headway in. I also have officially started my coaching practice. I've been a coach for a while and I've actually been able to start working with coaching clients. I've been broadening my perspective as a therapist and doing tons of learning. And I'm officially about a week away from having my LPC, which is my actual license, my licensed professional counseling license in the state of Oregon. I'm doing so many good things. I have made so many connections since being here. I have a following of people that recognize me when I go to art shows. And it's not the I need to be recognized and famous, it's the fact that I'm genuinely making connections and I'm making headway in the work that I'm doing. And so I want to remind you of that for you as I keep working on this journey of eating the shit sandwiches and putting the sprinkles of empowerment sauce all over it. You need to also be doing that. Where has your confidence wavered? Where have you been filtering everything that's going on for you through a lens of negativity, of catastrophic thinking, of assuming the worst when there's the possibility of the best? And even if it's not the best, there's the possibility of something good. And I think we need to make a commitment to work on this together this year. Let's really talk about and put out there the places where we struggle, when we need to hear that feedback from other people. Gosh, that's so key. When I need to be reminded from somebody around me how good I am at something, that doesn't make me cocky or arrogant, it makes me human. And so we need to talk about that. We need to reach out to people. We need to have the courage to show up in the midst of feeling like a failure and to keep doing what it is that we love until we turn that corner and we're able to see all of those fruits of our labor turn to something that feeds back onto us tenfold. I have no idea what this is going to continue to look like for me. To be honest with you, my confidence is still wavering. As much as I was able to kick it back with my art and I feel good about it, I'm feeling excited about the work I'm doing here, I know that the next art show I go to, if I don't make a sale in a certain amount of time or I see people rejecting my art, I'm going to feel that same pit in my stomach. I know that when I launch my first public speaking series that's coming up in February, I'm going to feel a pit in my stomach because I'm going to worry about how many people are going to show up and what people are going to think. And it's going to be hard for me to come back to my why when all of those external factors of success are still so close to me. But I'm going to try. Every day I'm going to show up and I'm going to keep doing the things I need to do. And I'm going to tell all of you when I need the support that I need. And please keep me posted on how I can help you. And we're going to do this. We're all going to remember that our life is a journey. that confidence wavers, that success wavers, and success is a personal experience. It is an internal response to the things that we do and the people that we are. As always, if you feel like you are having things come up for you, you want to talk about this, you're feeling stuck and you need something from me, please let me know. Thank you so much for listening and just for being the amazing people that even when I'm losing track of my own motivation and momentum, you give me a sense of empowerment to keep doing what I want to do. Talk to you all soon. Have a great rest of your night.